Follow me. Let me show you how to solve quadratic equation using factorization method. Let's go. All right, we have what we have on the board. The question says solve this. When you look at this, x has raised to power 2. It shows that this equation is what? It is a quadratic equation. So for us to solve this, we have solution like this. Remember, you can use graphical method to solve a quadratic equation. You can use formula method to solve a quadratic equation. You can use completing the square method to solve a quadratic equation. You can also use factorization method to solve a quadratic equation. But remember, not every quadratic equation can be factorized. So let us solve this one using factorization method. Let us find out if it can be factorized, then we use it to solve it. I want to teach you how to use factorization method to solve a quadratic equation. So you have like this, you have x raised to power 2 minus x is equal to this. So first step is that you bring this thing back to this place, this constant, bring it back to this. This will be left with a what? 0. All right, so we have like this. It is positive, coming here it will become minus, so you have like this. Can you see that? All right, next thing is that you say this times this. Can you see this one that has power of 2 times this constant? When you multiply it, it is going to give us minus 6x raised to power 2. Can you see that? All right, so this has x raised to power 2. I'll write x here, I'll write x here. I will consider this coefficient, which is what? Minus 6. I will ask myself question, the two factors of minus 6, that when I multiply them, I will get minus 6. But when I add them up, I will get minus 1, which is coefficient of this one. Two factors of minus 6. When I multiply them, I will get minus 6. But when I add them up, I will get minus 1. All right, when you look at this now, we have 2 and we have what? Minus 3. Let's consider them. 2 times minus 3, it will give us minus 6. Can you see that? Then 2 plus minus 3. Will you evaluate this? You are going to have this, and this will give us what? Minus 1. Can you see? So they are the two factors of minus 6 that when you multiply them, you get minus 6. When you add them up, you get this. Can you see that? So since you have obtained this, just take them and use them to replace the value of what you have here. Can you see that? Because when you add them up, it will give you the same thing as this. All right, so now we are going to have x raised to power 2. I will carry this. This is plus. I have plus 2x. This is what? Minus 3x. Then I have this, which is minus 6, is equals to 0. Can you see that? So these first two, I will put them in a bracket. I have this x raised to power 2 plus I have 2x like this. These last two, I'll put them in a bracket, but I have to make sure that they will have the same meaning as what I have here. So I have 3x, I have minus 6 equals to 0. Let me be sure that they will have the same meaning. Minus times this will give me minus 3x. Then minus times minus will give me plus. But what I have here is what? Minus. So I need to change this so that when this multiplies it, it's going to have the same meaning as this one. Like now, minus times 3x will give me minus 3x. Then minus times plus will give me minus. Then 6 you have like this. So it is now equivalent to this. So I ask myself question, x raised to power 2 and 2x, what do they have in common? They have x in common. I'll bring out x. This one will be left with x, and this one will be left with what? 2. X times x, x squared. X times 2, 2x. Can you see? I just factorized it. So we have minus. What do they have in common? They have 3 in common. This one will be left with what? X. Why this one will be left with what? 2. Minus 3 times x to give me minus 3x. Minus 3 times 2 to give me minus 6. So I'm in order. For you to be sure that you got it right, what you have inside this bracket must be equal to what you have here. If they are not equal, that means that you got it wrong. So I collect what I have outside in a bracket like this. I have this one. Can you see that? X minus 3. Then these two, I'll collect 1. I have like this. Can you see that? Okay. Everything is equals to 0. All right. So now I will equate this one to be 0. I will equate this one to be 0. So I have x minus 3 is equals to 0. This is minus. Coming here should be plus. So you have x is equals to 0 plus what? 3. That means that x is equals to what? 3. All right. So this one we have that x plus 2 is equals to 0. This is plus, coming here should become what? Minus. So you have that x is equals to 0 minus 2. So x is equals to what? Minus 2. Is it clear? Now we have obtained this. So we have here that x is equal to 3 or minus 2. This is how to solve using what? Factorization method. All right, I believe you understood how I solved it. Remember, this is Engineer Kede tutorial. Follow this page and share this video so that it will get to the right students that need to acquire this mathematical knowledge. Bye.